Hello, and welcome to the director's commentary for issue 3 of The Crimson Fly. Normally I wouldn't talk over these parts, but this issue isn't very long and I'm kind of pressed for time, so here we go. For anyone who saw this intro and got vibes of Batman the Animated Series, that was very much intentional. I love that series and I kind of wanted to homage it in The Crimson Fly. Mostly because that intro is so perfect. It tells you the setup, it tells you who the main characters are, and it tells you what you're going to be watching. And it's the template that really all cartoons should follow when making title cards. So yeah, one bad guy's a girl, one bad guy's a boy. That never really happens, so I decided to do it here. Something else I wanted is a sort of evolution of the Crimson Fly's character. Not so much a blatant callback to other points, but things that make sense if you reread the other issues. Whereas in the other strips, the Crimson Fly got in trouble for just jumping in. I want him to try and talk the bad guys out of committing a crime. The idea that he's not looking forward to beating these guys up, and he wants to give them the chance to walk away while they have the chance, which I think doesn't really happen a lot in superhero comics. So you see the guy getting ready to do a crime, and then superheroes jump in, and you're left wondering, well, wait, isn't there a better way? Well, the Fly tries for that better way, and still doesn't quite pull it off right. Something else I wanted to try out was having the civilians involved in this, because again, that's something that never happens. Usually they either are entirely passive or they only get reactive after the crisis is already solved. So I want to see how the Fly would react to having a wrench thrown in his plans. And to the store owner's credit, the Crimson Fly doesn't look like a superhero. And even if he did, that still doesn't make him any less tolerable. I mean, the thieves, to their credit, you can actually see their faces. The Fly is wearing a mask. One of these days I will draw it in such a way that it looks clear that it's a mask, but he's wearing a mask, and you can see where the store owner is coming from with all these people just randomly waltzing into his store after hours where they're not supposed to be, with the possible intent of trying to steal things. So that explosion, yeah. I needed an act break, but I wasn't sure what to do with it. And as you can see, the fire slowly stops becoming much of an issue throughout the strip until the very end when the Fly puts it out. But, yeah, I could have done that better. And who knows, maybe in a year I'll figure out a way for that. Something else I probably could have handled better is this mid-story recap. The strip's not that long. It's not like you need a recap to see something that you saw literally about a minute ago. But at this point, I kind of wanted to recap it. And also I was feeling really, really lazy. The strips that these involve were pretty much just cut and paste at this point, and that would made it a lot easier on my working schedule. That being said, I try not to skimp. Like these two panels where the Fly and the old man are getting ready to face off in an homage to Sergio Leone. They didn't have to be animated, but I liked it. Ooh, so this was my money shot. I love how it turned out. And admittedly, that was because I was watching somebody else's animations while working on these particular strips, and those were a great inspiration. And the Crimson Fly goes too far. Hopefully, this guy doesn't have a concussion. But luckily, the Fly does call 911, which again, something that doesn't really happen. I mean, yeah, Spider-Man leaves the scene of the crime literally right after he's finished talking to bad guys. So too does Batman, actually. But I want to see what happens if you, call the cops. Yeah, there's lots of heroes who do that. But, again, trying to do things my own way. So yeah, the Crimson Fly messed up. One of the big issues with this particular story was the idea that superheroes don't always get it right. They're not trained to do it, to act as police officers. That's what we have police for. That's what their police are supposed to be doing. And when you have an unarmed vigilante taking the law into their own hands, accidents can and will happen. That's why we have police. And that's issue 3 of The Crimson Fly. If you liked it, but could do without the 12-year-old rambling, there's a regular version in the annotations. As implied by the issue 3, this is part of a series, so I hope you'll check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Also in the annotations are links to this comic in an interactive format or in a static format, and I hope you'll check those out too. If you like what you saw, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. This is Colin Skipperwing Bird signing out, and I'll catch you peeps later.